So thank you so much for gracing us with your presence today and also for being part of this series with Shaping Women in STEM Africa. So we would like to just start with a brief introduction of who you are. Can you tell us your name and also your current role in STEM and how you got this far?
Okay. So my name is Chinenye. My middle name is Esther. Some people call me Chinenye, some people call me Esther. And yeah, I have a background in computer science and physics. Going into school, I had a very big dream of becoming a quantum physicist. But along the line, I kind of transitioned just to I guess the computer science side of things. So now I'm a software developer. So yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Okay. And how did you start? What pushed you to want to become a quantum physicist and then end up in computer science? But the quantum physicist, I'm curious about that.
I'd say like okay, so I was introduced to coding through a STEM program in my high school, and that is kind of what birthed my desire to study computer science. But I was also good in physics in high school. So when I came to my university, there was a program to merge both fields together. And so I chose to do that program. And in doing that, I got to meet, other people who were also interested in the quantum field. At that time, quantum computing was, you know, kind of birthing in many parts of the world, and I wanted to be part of that. But I guess my first love was really um, computer science. And so I think along the line, I just realized that, you know what, I feel like I'm passionate about this. And so that kind of, that's kind of the story. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. And computer science, I imagine that that's a field that there, well, maybe these days with the development in technology, there would be more women in the field. But when you were starting out, did you experience or encounter any stereotypes about women in computer science, and how did you overcome those stereotypes?
Yeah, I would say it was a lot better during my time. I know for a lot of some of the lecturers that I had in school, who were women, they had it really bad during the time. There wasn't a lot of representation. But I think during my time it was like about 70% male, 30% female during
Okay.
my time. There are, there are always misconceptions with, you know, females in a male-dominated field. Um, but I would say I tried not to immerse myself in that because I wanted to have a mindset that would help me to succeed. I didn't want to feel inferior in any way. And thankfully, during that time, there were a lot of women in STEM initiatives that were introduced, and that really helped me. That really helped me during those seasons. Yeah.
Well, that's nice. And you, so based on what you said about the Women in STEM initiative, so you took part in some of these initiatives.
Yeah.
And okay, no, sorry, please carry on.
Yes. So one of them was the with Hopper Scholarship Program. I can't really remember the exact name of the organization, but they have a conference every year for women in STEM, specifically for women in computer science. And it's an amazing program. I got a scholarship to travel to Texas for the event. And, it's just a place of training, of networking, of introducing, female students or grad students to employers. So it was a very good experience for me. And there are many more opportunities like that in school. Um, that kind of started up. I can't remember a lot of them, but there are many more like that that started to spring up to kind of encourage, the women in the department to, to help us in our learning experience, help us in getting jobs.
That's nice. That's wonderful. And can you describe a mentor or someone who played an important role in your career in computer science? One or two examples, that's fine.
Okay, I guess I'll give two examples. The first one is my thesis supervisor. Her name is Parimala Tulasiram, and she's a doctor of computer science. And I believe I took one of her classes, and then from there she became my supervisor for my thesis program. And she was such an encouraging voice, in helping me see, like, in helping me observe her life and just see that it's possible to achieve great things. During her time, it was hard, there were very few women that were going into the field. But looking at her and looking at everything that she has achieved really inspired me to know that, okay, this is possible. Yes, it's hard. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, you might not get there as fast as maybe somebody else would, but it is possible. And she always made me understand that if I worked hard enough, I'll be able to achieve even greater success. And another person was one of my seniors. His name is Emmanuel Mao. And he was very helpful in connecting me to women in STEM initiatives and programs that helped me along the way. I think one of the greatest gifts that women in STEM have now is the fact that men in STEM are understanding that there are barriers to us doing great things. And so having a male person to help with connecting you to the right resources, because I think sometimes the way women learn or the way women interact with computer science is a little different sometimes. And just having somebody to realize that and connect you to the right resources that you need, it was very helpful for me during my time in school. So yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And also, what are some of the goals that you hope to achieve in the nearest future as a woman in computer science?
Computer science. So, I mean, this is the era of software as a service, platform as a service, everything as a service, and everybody's, the tech world. It's amazing right now that there's so many impressive startups that are coming up, and it would be a dream of mine to, be part of the next big idea. As a software developer, a dream for myself is to become a very skilled cloud developer or software architect. So right now I'm working on my certifications, I'm working on my skills, hoping to get, to the point where I can be part of architecting the next big software, out there. So that's kind of where I am right now. And I guess, that's like my 5-year plan for now. And yeah, that's kind of where I am.
That's wonderful, wonderful. And so you mentioned software. You're working towards getting your certification as a software architect. So can you provide some more information on what like being a software architect it's like, how it's been, or like what the field consists of?
Yeah, so being a software architect is basically it's like the term architect is like somebody, for example, in like the normal architect, somebody who designs what the house is going to look like, So that's kind of what a software architect does. That person will design what the software should look like. So the person is involved in major decisions that, that deals with how we want the software to look like, how do we want to scale the software. So the person who is involved in making the decisions about designing how the software would work and about scaling the software when needed. And right now, everything is on the cloud. So a lot of that process also involves working with cloud. So there are a lot of certifications out there that help with learning, how to do these things. And there's Google certifications, Microsoft, there's Amazon, AWS certifications. So I'm not gonna do all of them. I'm mostly on the AWS side of things, and so that's kind of what I'm working on.
So the AWS, that's like Amazon certifications?
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that Amazon actually had certifications that they were doing. Like I knew about the Google, but I didn't realize that Amazon was also doing that as well. But I know that there are other places that offer certifications too, like Coursera and the rest of them. Yeah. That's wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. And do you have any advice for young females that are starting out in STEM, maybe from their secondary education or undergrad? Some people might choose to switch careers in between. So do you have any advice for anyone who's starting out in this career?
I'd say 3 sentences and then elaborate on those things. I'll say it's never too late to start, never give up, and don't compare yourself with other people. So it's never too late to start in the sense of there's no age limit in tech. Like you can start when you're 15, you can start when you're 20, 25, 30, 35. I've seen 40-year-olds, go to boot camps and turn out to be the best devs that the company has ever seen. So it's really not about the time you start. It's more about your drive and how much you're willing to put into it. So yeah, it's never too late to start. Even if you're like a working mom or like you're taking time out, to have kids and you want to come back to work, like don't ever feel like you're left behind because you're studying at 30 or you're studying at 32. Like it's honestly, it's never too late to start. And the second thing is don't give up. Like the tech world, it is an amazing place. It is there it's not all rosy, or it's not like a quick way to make money. A lot of people think, if they learn a particular language or learn a particular skill, then they are guaranteed 6 or 7 figures. That's not how it works. It honestly takes time. It takes years to perfect your skills or to even go through the interview process. For big tech, the average time for interview processes can be 6 to 9 months, sometimes 12 months. It takes a lot of time. So don't give up. There are challenges along the way. You might feel discouraged. I know for myself that there are times where, I've almost given up on my dream. I've put it aside, try to do other things. But don't be discouraged. Don't give up. And then the last one is don't compare yourself with another person. These days they say LinkedIn is the latest Instagram, in the sense that if you go on LinkedIn, everybody's posting, oh, I just started this $10 billion startup. Oh, I just got my certification. Oh, I just got my new job as a senior dev. Oh, I just got my new job as a product manager. So don't compare yourself with other people. Celebrate anyone who is doing great things and just stick to your own plan, stick to your own lane. You get there one day. Everybody has a role to play in the next phase of tech in the world. And it's important for you to know, you know, who you are, know what role you're playing, and stick to the plan that you have and work hard at it. So those are my 3 tips for people who are, I guess, starting out or at some journey in their, at some phase in their STEM journey. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your time and for all that you've shared with us. It's been great. It's been wonderful having you.
Thank you for me. It was amazing. It's amazing to be here. I love the work you guys are doing, and you know, I know like this is it's a global movement, like what you guys are doing, and I'm so glad to be part of it.